This situation is not good for MrBeast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, who has been known as a YouTube content god with a budget that makes us feel sick just to think about how many zeros behind the nominal prize, suddenly stuck in a game that no one likes, yes, legal games. This time, he's not giving away money or fancy cars to the last one out of the circle or the one who survives the longest in a room full of weird things. Nope, it's more serious than that, bro. It's not about who can hold on to a car the longest or survive in a horror dollhouse, but who can survive the longest in court without getting a big penalty, yes. Because this scenario has entered the level of real-life drama like Hollywood, which has no fun at all. And what's worse, this is not content to prank friends or games that will be trending on YouTube, but a serious matter that can make his good name that has been respected by netizens suddenly collapsed as quickly as a YouTube video that was hit. So, how did this story start? Let's start with the chronology. MrBeast, who is usually greeted with boisterous applause and enthusiastic cheers from netizens every time he uploads a new video, this time had to deal with a situation where he was no longer the game controller, but the game player trapped in a legal maze. If you think of the Squid Game, yes, it's like that, but without the red costume or the circular, triangular, or square masks. He's no longer the host who yells at people to hold their breath so they don't lose, but is now more like a participant who is being asked sharp questions by a team of lawyers in a courtroom, while hoping to survive the storm of lawsuits that are ready to hit at any time. And yes, he may not have been personally involved in any of this, but his name was heavily tarnished by one of his phenomenal games, the Beast game, which went viral with 1,000 participants battling it out for millions of dollars in prizes.
Love Last Bridge. And we brought back 4, 5, 6 from our Squid Game.
It's pretty simple. You guess a platform left or right. If you pick wrong, you fall.
And if you can make it to the other side, I'll let you keep the 456 grand over there.
However, the thing is, it's not just the winning participants who are talking, but some of the other participants who feel that this is more of a barbaric level exploitation event like a hardcore survival event than just an entertainment game. But how did MrBeast, who is known for his generosity and always makes content that, let's be honest, is really entertaining, get sued? The answer is obvious. Beast Game, which was initially considered to be one of the most spectacular games, suddenly turned into a nightmare for some participants. Apparently, for those who take part, it's no longer about winning or losing, but about survival literally. So for those who are not familiar, the Beast Game is a game show that involves 1,000 people competing for fantastic prizes, with all kinds of endurance challenges typical of MrBeast, which he previously announced on Twitter that, "Big news, gamers, I'm going to be filming the largest game show in history and releasing it on Prime Video. Over 1,000 contestants, $5 million prize, and many other world records. I'll reveal more later this year, but let's just say it's going to be an insane show."
We're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy.
From fun and games, it turned into a condition that made the participants couldn't stand it anymore. And finally, they reported. What to report? Let's break down the complaints one by one, because these are not ordinary complaints. First, there were some participants who complained that they felt like they were being treated like prisoners. Bro, can you imagine that? They were gathered in one super tight arena, with no access to the outside world. No cell phones, no going out, no privacy. That's just wishful thinking. They're literally under surveillance 24/7, like a hardcore version of Big Brother, with no drama, no commercial breaks, just physical and mental exhaustion that increases every day. It's like a reality show with no commercial breaks, but minus the hidden cameras that allow you to relax. Now, when this happens, you might think, well, it's a game, but wait, there's more to it than that. Next complaint, food problems. Yes, you heard right, bro. The food provided by the organizer is said to be inadequate to energize participants who are already exhausted. It's like they were given food rations that weren't even enough to make them last long in this endurance game. Think about it. You're tired. You've put in all your energy to survive in a game that looks fun from the outside, but instead you're served food that seems only suitable for snacking, not for recovery. It's like the Hunger Games, but without the arrows or survival tactics. Or rather, it's like the last to leave show, but the last one standing isn't winning, it's just surviving. Is that it? Nope, it doesn't stop there, bro. There were also complaints about the unsafe conditions of the arena. Some participants reported that they sustained injuries because the space was cramped, full of horrifying items, and they said that their injuries did not receive proper medical treatment. So, imagine playing an extreme game with no one behind you to keep you safe if something untoward happens. It's like a situation where the organizers think you're a superhero who doesn't need a doctor. Because seriously, if the game makes participants really injured, even if they're not treated properly, that's crossing the line. You're not playing a game. You're gambling with your own health. But here's what makes it even more serious. There are allegations of sexual harassment. Yes, these are serious allegations, bro. There were participants who felt they were harassed during the game, and even crazier, the accuser was MrBeast's team, and he knew about it, but did nothing. If proven true, you could say MrBeast's career is in great danger. It's not just a matter of losing subscribers or view counts going down, but losing the trust of millions of people who have been idolizing him. And if these allegations turn out to be false, the complainant could be hit back for making serious false accusations. This isn't just clickbait YouTube content that can be censored or trended in an instant, bro. This could make for a real game in the legal realm. Now, what will MrBeast and his team do? Well, first of all, we know MrBeast has a lot of resources. He has enough money to pay a team of superhero-class lawyers, a PR team that can suppress bad news faster than YouTube's algorithm can detect violations, an influence that can make anything trending on the internet in no time. But still, it's a matter of law. And the law can't be bribed with subscriber count or views, no matter how much. You can't just give away your way out of this. What's interesting here is how MrBeast will respond to this situation. As one of the richest YouTubers in the world with a seemingly endless fan base, an enormous influence on various social media platforms, he must have 1,001 ways to resolve this issue. Either he'll settle the matter in a calm, peaceful, and diplomatic way out of court, perhaps involving complex negotiations, secret agreements, or perhaps a hefty compensation, considering his pockets are deeper than the ocean, or he'll take a more confrontational and outspoken route, taking the matter to court, revealing all the cards, evidence, and facts. But whatever the path, one thing is for sure. This is not the arena he's used to playing in. But on the other hand, this is also a very important lesson for all of us, especially for fans who only watch from the screen. What looks exciting, easy, and fun on video is not always the same as the reality behind the scenes. Whenever there's a big project that involves so many people, money, and expectations, the risks involved are also greater. One of the problems here is that the higher you go, the more people will be watching, and the less mistakes you can make. The slightest wrong move, the slightest wrong decision, what was once a fun game on a YouTube screen can turn into a life-and-death game involving lawyers, judges, and maybe even international legal institutions. And trust me, this is not a challenge that can end with a satisfied viewer at the end of the video. This is far more serious than anything MrBeast has ever done on his channel. So, we can only hope that this is all just a big misunderstanding, something that could be resolved quickly without any damage. But if not, well, we'll just have to wait and see who will make it to the end in this most brutal of arenas. The green table. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video. Thank you. Have a happy day. Peace.